I gotta admit, there's not many things on the earth currently that make me quite as happy as this horrible, horrible car. I mean, would you just look at it? Pardon the wind and the neighbor's illegal dogfighting ring. I figured I'd show you some of this archaeology stuff we're finding. This is curious looking to me. Usually, floor mats aren't under the carpet. I'd be willing to bet a lot that there's gonna be some really exciting things to see under this carpet. Gross. Listen, I'm a fan of floor mats, but this just seems like an odd place to put them. Oh, ants. There's a lot less floor than I thought there was gonna be. There's another mud flap. These people were very ingenious. Oh no. Look at this. And look, what is this? This looks like the metal off the side of a walk-in freezer. So that's bad. That's not good. Hey, another floor mat. You know what, let's just... show car stuff. I'm not kidding when I say there's just at least 100 pounds of extra in this car. What even is this? Oh no. One thing I like about this car now is we could just step in. Okay, so this is not good at all. This is not. No, well, it's solid in the front. It's a lot of weight reduction in one go, though, so that's good. I'll be honest with you, I was having it was bothering me tearing this car up. But now that I see what's under the carpet, I feel a lot less bad, because this thing is a lot of shit. I'm pretty sure all these seat mounts are supposed to be straight. I mean, you really got to wrench on something to do that, I think. So I got new rubber hoses, because these brakes, if I go back and watch the videos of me out back being stupid, you can see the front wheels locking up and I'm not hitting the brakes. So kind of stripped everything down. The pads look usable. The rotors are, I mean, there's not even a wear indentation. These are like brand new rotors. Bearings are good. Well, yeah, bearings are good. I'm thinking this caliper is froze. Okay, so I tried cooking it. I tried the compressed air. Now we're gonna have to use some fluid dynamics and just make a hell of a mess. I finally got that damn thing out. You can see there was some, it had some shit behind it that I think was the problem. So now I'm gonna lube it up with brake fluid, and I cleaned the slide too, so we'll throw that back. So we're back out here. We got this side freed up, not leaking, which is quite frankly a miracle. Now this side, bleeder's out. There's no pressure to it. I haven't pushed the brake pedal in hours. And as you can see, it's froze right the hell up. And good news, this is a fuel line. The mud daubers had filled this curb, so I just cut it off. And now we've got air going back clear to the fuel tank, which I still don't, the tank looks good, but I don't know. That's the current fuel system right there. And that's not gonna work for the race. Basically, I wanna get this other brake done. The wheels for the back, I just remembered the other day that those horrible Kragers that were hose hangers that were on the back of the Ford there, they're unilugs, so they ought to fit the back of this. If not, I know where there's a set of Dayton 100 spokes that'll need tires that were on this car, on the back. The fronts, I really don't care. Now I've got to try and pry this other brake caliper off. I ended up having to break down and make a tool. As you can see, it's rather beautiful, but it did get those out because 3/8 wrenches were dropping like flies trying to get that thing out of there. But now it's, anyway, I'm gonna just shut up and do it. Well, that answers that. Damn it. So we're gonna go with a trunk mount fuel system. I'm thinking we'll put it in that rust hole. Actually, look at that. It's like okay. Oh, and update. The power steering, I did get a power steering hose to have power steering, but it is not correct. I guess that's what you get when you pay like $10 for a power steering hose. We're not gonna have power steering. That brake caliper there, don't mind that brake caliper. That other brake works fine. You only need one. It's a goddamn race car. It's supposed to go fast, not stop. I'll use, besides, a couple of buddies of mine sounds like we'll be racing, and I can use their cars to stop. So I bought a roll of the cheapest, and I mean cheapest, fuel hose, like 25 foot of the shit. So now what I'm gonna do is just run the hose through the car into the, here it is, this shit here. That it's going to be so cheap, I'm going to have to stretch it out where I want it because it'll instantly become rock hard and very brittle. Also, it's like 1/4 inch, I think. Ideally, you'd want 3/8, but at this point, it's too late and I don't care. The system, I should say, this thus far. Got the that there. So, now we just need to do the routing of the fuel line through here, I think. There we go. That should be about perfect. Cool. So now we'll take that and tape it to that, drag it through, and Ralph grab our fuel hose router. Oh, come on. Boom! Perfect! That's beautiful. And we'll just kind of stretch it up to the carburetor. Tell you what, 25 feet goes quick when you're being stupid. I think what we'll do is just zip tie it down to the sill plate. And then all we got to do is hook, this is fused. Well, it will be when it's hooked up. This brown wire will be fused. Power from the front. Listen, if 4 wouldn't hold it, 5 never would. This one's going to be the most stressed out of the wheels since it's the one with the brake on it. Yeah. I think we're getting ready to run this thing down the road. Oh yeah, we're going to back it out and put the good wheels on it. Also, got the fuel ran. Got the breather on it. Even got a little cover on the fuse box. Oil pressure gauge is in its final form and location. Let's see, we even zip tied the fuel pump wiring to the fuel line itself, which, listen, it's fused up there. So if anything bad happens, I'll just pop the fuse, right? Also, Look at the 21st Century Safety Solutions. That ain't going nowhere. Yeah, let's get this thing back down here. Put the cool wheels side windows, which I have for sale if you're in the market. Guarantee you won't find any cheaper. I've been on the fence about this windshield really hard. It's got the antenna in it, and also it is flawless. It's not scratched, it's not chipped, it's not cracked. Every windshield on every vehicle I own at this place is broken. So I've been on the fence about taking it out, leaving it in, and I'm gonna leave it in, even though it's probably gonna die, because if you've ever ridden anything without a windshield, well, it sucks. Same reason I kept the pillow top driver's seat. If I can't go around this track in a little bit of comfort, then what are we doing? That's what it needed. It's like a white trash superstar. Time to road. Excited? I want to be excited, but I see all this brake fluid on the floor. Let's just go. Hop in, load up. Let's see how bad around these tires are. So many sharp edges. There you go. Come on, get up in there. You can do it. Just don't fall off that seat. You will die. Okay? Or you don't want to die. I'm going to need both my hands to get us out on the road. Holy shit! You all right? We came in a little hot and broke some shit. Okay, so it turns out the brakes are not quite good. I think the black pearl died. And yeah. I mean, I had to make a choice. It was the we'll fix the brakes next. What do you think about that, bud? Come on. He's out. He's done. So yeah, other than the fuel pump wire came out. I didn't break the T-top, did I? No, we probably ripped a lot of shit off though. Underneath. I'm having such strong go-kart vibes from this. I don't think it's leaking. I mean, other than that stuff, but you know, what do you do? Good car. All right, hang on. There's more. Let's go over what this thing actually cost. All right, so the car, free. The engine, I traded the work on that yellow Chevy truck, which we did the first start video on. I don't know. Did at least one video on it. That's where the engine came from. It was actually sitting in that barn right next to the truck. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. Starter was $57. The hardware to mount the starter was $12. The Napa trip, which I got the cap rotor, the wires, and shit. I don't know what this shit was. That was $74. $8 for the brake hose. We only ended up using one. $8 for the carburetor gasket. Fuel hose was $36, and then I got 2 fuel pumps for $19, which I'm going to throw the extra fuel pump in the trunk because chances are it's going to fail. So the grand total came to $216.67. Originally, I was, the budget was $100, so we doubled the budget. Now, I've learned a thing or two about race cars in building this thing, and that is you're going to go way the hell over budget. Something that this whole project wouldn't have been possible without would be hoarding. Well, I mean, I don't mean keeping 6,000 empty Cool Whip containers type of hoarding. That's not good hoarding. The good hoarding is like these wheels and tires. These were on the Econoline for a long time. I got these because they're supposedly cracked. They were hose hangers. I turned them back into, started running them. They're Unilugs. They fit on there, not good, but they're on there. Those tires were old takeoffs on like a fertilizer van at my old job. They're not the greatest. They're about as old as I am, but they're Continentals. So those were hoarding. The fuel cell, that was stuff I've hoarded. The old D150 radiator was a hoard thing. The electric fans off the Beetle, the battery out of the Beetle, the oil gauge was more junk I had laying around. The entire electrical system, all that crap was stuff that I'd picked up at, I don't even remember. I think it was like a box of stuff out of a garage clean out. The shifter, it's high dollar stuff. The floor patch was from a shed clean out type of thing. Let's see, half a can of Fix-A-Flat, got the front tires fixed. The carburetor came off. We did have to kill a running, driving truck. She's way out there, that old Dodge named Debbie. That's future videos because, well, let's just say I hate that truck with a passion. That's where the spark plugs were another thing that was just in a box of crap that I had hoarded. So that is how that went down. I could have made the car lighter, took more crap out of it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not welding the rear end. That will come back to bite me, I'm sure, but I'm not going to do it. This is the first car I've ever owned. My first truck was a 65 Dodge Power Wagon that blew up halfway home. I've always had trucks. I've never had cars. I've had Jeeps, school buses, you name it. This is the first car. It does need a bath. I'm going to wash and wax the shit out of it because it's not going to survive this race at all, but it's going to go into the thing looking great. Well, as great as it can. We wrecked it already up there because of a brake failure. I had to use the runaway truck ramp, which kind of sucked because all this interior crap I'd stripped out, like the usable panels and stuff that I probably could have resold. I had neatly stacked out there, and that's what I ended up having to run over because it was the best option in a bad situation. So that's that. And I think the speedometer works. That's another thing that kind of blew my mind and made me happy. We've only got one front brake, but it's working, it's holding, it's not leaking. This is a Nasty Customs official race car. There's always next year if this thing lives and they invite me back, which, I mean, I don't know. Now, I'm in the car, $216, but this engine's good, and if it survives the race, I mean, I didn't even clean the damn thing. I haven't took a valve cover off of it. I have no idea. Literally just stuck it in there and ran it. I could probably pull this engine out and get my $216 back pretty quick because it is a good running 350 Chevy. So yeah, this is what $216 and some bunch of hoarded parts can get you. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is. Oh, and if you've got one of these cars and you would like to buy some T-tops or, these little quarter glasses or a back glass, hit me up. I will make you one heck of a deal. Or taillights. You need to buy some taillights for your Pontiac Alley. This was someone's vision at some point. And props to them for having a vision and pulling it off. Now, granted, I don't know if it's for everybody, but it's neat. Cool thing. Here is the actual color codes for the paint they put on it. And then here is your SPID sheet. There's a lot of options on this car. So if you're the type of person that can decode all that, and I mean, the 2002 GM Dark Cherry Pearl, as you can see it's still nice under here. This was a really pretty car back in its day. You want to go for one more ride in it? You want to get up in there? Let's go. She's a little wore out, but you know. J-Rock, don't fall in the hole. It says no trespassing, but we're not hunting or fishing. And they say the wheels make the car, and I think they're right. It's very nice. It idles up a little high, but you know, it does the thing. I'm just glad this transmission, because if you watch the videos, you saw the state of this transmission. I was amazed it shifts at all. You can do smoky burnouts on the grass. These switches, the top switch is fans on and off. The second switch is ignition and fuel pump, and the third switch is the alternator. So if I need a little extra boost during the race, I can turn the alternator off so it's not dragging the system. No power steering, but when you're moving, you really don't need it. Hello, ducks! You guys like the car? You wanna go for a ride? I'll take that as a no. Yeah, that's it. We're done. We're ready to race.